Everybody's running and the world is getting crazy. People work so hard, there's no time to be lazy. It's time for all of us to break it on out. Hey, that's what the weekend's all about.
So, in case you don't remember, that is the theme song from the Weekenders program. That was a cartoon that I think both you and I used to watch when we were kids. Drumroll, please! It's the first weekend of the school year! So, I am now going to tell you all about my fabulous first week at school, because I know you're just dying to hear about it. First period. I had my AP Calculus AB class. This year, I was pleasantly surprised though, because my math teacher seems really, really cool, actually. Like, she seems really sweet. And I'm really excited for that because I was kind of scared because it's such a hard class and I'm just like, oh no, what am I gonna do? She even made the class seem not so hard. And she told us not to stress about the school year and pretty much how great things were going to be, even though they're probably not gonna actually be that great. But at least it won't be bad. And she actually said that a lot of her students will say that calculus is easier than pre-cal because in pre-cal you're learning all of these new concepts and stuff for the first time and stuff you've never done before and types of problems you've never worked before. But in calculus you've already done like all of the stuff that you learned in pre-cal and you're used to it already, so now you're just working the problems and you're just like, oh, it's not so hard. Now, period 2. My second block class is Latin 3 pre-AP with Miss Wyndham, and we all know she's a fabulous teacher, so that wasn't really an issue. The class is actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be, though, because a lot of people who have done regular before, and all of the people who are Latin 2 pre-AP kids in a regular class, as well as all the people from my class last year, are all now in one accumulative class, because we're so cool. Still, it was really awesome, because it's still Latin, and it's still Miss Wyndham, and I have all of my friends in the class and stuff. Block 3! My third block class is my regular US history class, which is one of the only regular classes in my schedule. I always worry a lot about my regular history class because I don't really know any of the people in it because almost all of my friends are taking AP history. But it actually wasn't that bad, and the teacher seems pretty alright. She used to be like a Marine, so he's like really organized and orderly, and I'm a little worried about being late to his class because of the shuttle buses. We will come back to the shuttle buses in a minute. Block 4. Block 4 is my English class, and you know I've been very worried about this class because I've heard that the teacher was really hard and that the class was really hard, and of course it's not Miss Barda, so it's all new and strange, but she actually really wasn't as bad as everyone said she was. And I think it was because everyone was equating the feeling they had for the class with the teacher, like, oh my gosh, the class is so hard, the teacher sucked, instead of just being like, oh my gosh, the class was so hard, but the teacher was pretty good. And we only had 15 people in that class, like, seriously, dude. It's overall pretty good. It seems like it's gonna be a good class. A hard class, but a good class. Block 5. Now, Block 5 is my comp sci class. I already know the teacher for my comp sci class. She's Miss Wasner, like she was last year, and she's really cool, of course. I already like that teacher, so I didn't have to worry about that. And my class is pretty much the same. We do have new people, though, because there were 2 comp sci AP classes last year, so now we are in comp sci 3, and we have both of the classes combined, except for the people that we lost. And we have a new girl. She was actually the only girl in her class last year, and she was telling us that she felt kind of alone because she didn't really have any friends, and she was the only girl, and she didn't really have anyone to talk to or ask for help. So she's really excited to be in a class that actually has some girls in it this year. So it ended up being good, so I sort of feel for her, and I'm hoping that we're all going to be good friends this year. Block 6. Block 6 is my pre-AP physics class. I am sorry to say that as of now, I have no evidence that my physics teacher is insane. So, I'm not sure. Maybe she'll get crazy by the end of the year, you know? Maybe it's a progressive thing. But as of now, she's not crazy yet. So, I'll keep you posted on that front. Class seems like it's gonna be alright. And I know a couple other people. There's a girl, Irene, she was in my class last year, and so we're all just having oodles and oodles of fun, like reenacting last year's class. Block 7, my last and final block. Block 7 is my tech class, which I've been a little worried about because it has upperclassmen in it, and upperclassmen are scary. I mean, upperclassmen, because technically I'm an upperclassman, I'm a junior now. But upperclassmen, because they're seniors. But I've been kind of worried about that because there would be a lot of people more experienced than me and older than me and yada 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 yada. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be so bad, and I actually know a large majority of the people in the class already. Most of them are from my Tech 2 class last year. And we were talking about the haunted house and the fall musical, which is gonna be in December. But I think it'll be alright, because October is gonna be haunted house month. And then, like, first half of November is gonna be Stars month. And then last half of November and first half of December is gonna be, like, Carol Theater Musical month. And then I'll be fine. Then I'll be free, and I won't die, hopefully. Please, hopefully. Be cool. I do have to log 18 hours of work per 6 weeks. So we're gonna see how that works out. And remember how last year I had that costume project where I designed costumes for Antigone, but I set it in the 1950s instead of in ancient Greek times? Well, we're doing something, the same competition this year, and it's Alice in Wonderland themed! Which I think is pretty cool, because there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Alice in Wonderland. And the first semester we're going to get to choose what we do, and then the second semester we're going to redo the projects in a field that we didn't do before. So I'll probably choose costumes again for the first semester, and for the second semester I have no idea what I'll be assigned to, or if I get to pick it. So after that, I got to go home, because I have an off block, so I get off at like 1 o'clock one day, and like 3:20 the other day. 3:21, technically. I get off at 1:04 and 3:21, because we have 12-minute passing periods, and our school is odd. So that was the end of my first 2 days of school, which kind of combines into a first day of school. And it really wasn't so bad. And I did ride my bike there and back, and there and back, and there and back, and there and back, and yada 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 yada. There was a gym teacher guy that approached me when I walked into school Friday morning, and he was like, I'm telling all the kids that ride their bikes to school that they have to make sure they're not biking through the parking lot. You're supposed to go all the way around. What direction do you come from? And I was like, I come from South Lake Woods over there. Do you know where it is? And he was like, yeah, just make sure you ride the sidewalks all the way around. And I really wanted to be like, sidewalks? What sidewalk? Like, I mean, there's a sidewalk that comes from the neighborhood, and then there's a sidewalk in front of the school, but there's not, like, a way to get from one sidewalk to the other unless you want to bike on stupid grass. It's very frustrating. I promise I won't complain about it to you too much anymore. The other new fun development for this school year is the shuttle buses. And we had 3 last year, 3 going from one school and from the other school, and it was pretty good. Sometimes we'd only have like 1 person per seat for like the 3rd bus. So it was a little uncrowded, I'll give you that. So because of that, they decided that this year, we're only going to have 2 shuttle buses going from one school, like going from both schools. And then I got in the shuttle buses, and almost everyone has to sit 3 to a seat. You've got like big teenagers with huge backpacks, and we're all cramming in to like these little seats that don't hold 3 of us at a time, and the aisles are packed full of kids, but they're not allowed to sit on the floor. They have to sit in a seat. At least one of the bus drivers actually said half a cheek has to be on a seat. And we're just cramming all these people that we can into the 2 shuttle buses, and some people literally can't fit on, and they're left behind, and the buses make another trip to go get them. And then those kids are like 10 minutes late to class. Also in exciting breaking news, I found out what I was casting for the fall musical! At auditions, we actually only had like 15 people set up to audition, and guess how many guys there were? Yeah, that's right. The lone Zach auditioned for the guys. Now, because we had so few people try out, we actually have 2 musical options, and she's gonna see if she gets any more people coming into audition. The other musical option is like Rockin' Tales of Snow White, which sounds pretty cool actually, but in Hot Rod, I am cast as Biffy, one of the sorority girl cheerleadery types. Then in Snow White, I am cast as Meredith, who's apparently in like the Ladies in Waiting singing group, and I listened to like the little clip of their song they have on the Pioneer Drama website, and it actually sounds pretty cool. So also, one last thing, I have another little surprise I've concocted for you. And once again, you're going to have to listen to the song to hear the rest. Play us out, Weekenders. I'm living for the weekend. I'm living for the weekend. Shaking the camera. Shuttle bus party. Shuttle bus party. Time for all of us to break it on out. Soon I'll be in Alpha Delta Pi. I'm not gonna put that in there. I love you.